Greetings, everyone. This is Psychic Channeler Duane Keir with messages received from the consortium since the last video. It is time for you to realize that you no longer have to stand on the shoulders of the martyrs, nor do you have to continue to believe in the stories about them. Suffering is not synonymous with spirituality. Only those in supposed power want you to believe that this is so. All indigenous people remember to dance and sing and eat and drink, even during lean and challenging times. We ask you to give up the belief of having to die for your beliefs and take up the belief that it is much more important for you to live your beliefs. It is in the leaving behind of the beliefs of others that you will find the arrival of your own. You have been told that you can have a personal relationship with the divine, and this means that all of your family and friends can have their own personal relationships with the divine as well. Your relationships do not have to mimic each other because they are indeed personal. We, too, have our own personal relationships with the divine and learn from each other about the expansiveness of the divinity. There are many rays from the sun, and one ray is not more important or more correct than another. They all shine in their own way, in unity, to bring light to your planet. It is in their unity that they shine their brightest. When all the paths recognize the validity of the paths of others, then the way becomes clearer for each individual upon whatever path they walk. Those who are able to do this will be much more prepared for the gathering than will be others. You will be able to recognize that our paths are just as valid as yours, but it may be even more important that you will be able to recognize that your paths are just as valid as ours. Look for the trinities within yourself and within others. That is, look for multiples of the number 3 in your everyday lives. The 3 brings forth for you the path through duality. When you support one side in opposition to another, you fall into imbalance. Look rather for the balance between the two. When you see a 6 or 9 or any other variation of the number 3, pause and bring yourself into balance within yourself and with others, whether you actually know them or not. The higher the multiplicity of the number 3, the higher the potential for bringing the trinities into union within yourself and your world. Visualize these trinities as 3-sided pyramids connecting with each other in sacred geometric patterns. To walk out of the 3rd dimension, through the 4th dimension, into the 5th dimension, one must be willing to acknowledge and assimilate their own darkness, and to feel compassion not only for the darkness within themselves, but to feel compassion for the darkness within others. This calls for holding oneself accountable for their own darkness, as well as holding others accountable for theirs. The most important trinity at this time is not Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or even Maiden, Mother, Matriarch. It is the trinity of Father, Mother, Child. That is the coming together of 2 principles or energies that spontaneously give birth to a third. As we have said, it is this that is the pathway out of duality. It is impossible, therefore, to walk the path out of duality with only a male divinity, especially one that has lost its connection to the true divine masculine. The path out of duality calls for the embracing of the divine feminine, and in all her forms and fashions, including not only her role in birth, but also her role in death and rebirth. The darkness of the womb is one of union and transformation. Only then is the creation brought into the light. The seeds you have sown in the darkness are the seeds which give birth to your new reality in the light. The death of the old growth makes the soil fertile for the new growth to come. This ancient process of birth, death, and rebirth will give rise to the old wisdom coming forward once again, but this time it will not be lost. Soon it will be recognized that this wisdom is actually written into the genetic codes of your bodies, and that it connects you to us and we to you. As we have said, the sooner you realize that you are us and we are you, the sooner we will be able to be in open relationship with you. You are birthing from your darkness into the light that we all share. And you will soon be able to perform what you once would have considered to be magic or miracles. It is, however, the revelation of alchemical processes that have always been at your disposal, but which are becoming more accessible to you as your solar system spirals into its next location in your galaxy. Rejoice, therefore, and fear not the times in which you find yourselves. These times have been prophesied since the times of old, and you made sure that you would be exactly where you are right now for their revelation. Apocalypse means to unveil what has been veiled, and this revelation can no longer be held back. We contribute to its hastening. As we all come forth for the gathering, we honor you for having already made the choice to be a part of it, and we give gratitude for your participation. We remind you that we are here to serve and not to be served. We caution you against any who call for your service to them, or who in any way see you as less than they see themselves.